Oh, hello. Hello, my friends. How are you? I am Natalie, and this is.
Elena. What's up with that accent?
I don't know. I do this every time. It is what it is.
Welcome, guys. Today is an exciting video or podcast because Natalie is finally reading the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I can't believe it.
I know. I'm so excited. I had told Elena, I was like, I'm just feeling like I want to read a really long series.
Yeah, it's like what, 7 books? 8 books?
And then she's like, and I was like, I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. And she was like, what? And I was just like, I'm going to read Throne of Glass. And then she was like, oh my God.
This was via text, so I did not say that.
No, but she was very excited, and her jaw literally dropped. And then whatever, I just read it. But I got so, like, guys, my first thing before I go into the book, tell me how sad I was. All right. I don't understand why I didn't look at this book or open it beforehand, or maybe I did, or something happened in the move, or I don't know what, but my heart literally broke because literally, like, I don't even think you can see, but can you see it?
Yeah.
Look at that. The spine is fully cracked, like fully cracked, and like I can literally take all the pages out. Like if I want to, I can grab it. Look at it. I can literally grab this whole thing and take it out and put a new cover on it. Cause it's like cracked from here, from the first page is cracked, and it's cracked all the way over here.
Yikes.
And I've never had a bag. I've never had a book. I never had that happen to me with a book. And I have all these books, right? I have books here that I've had since 2012. And it's still, none of them have done that. So I don't know what happened, but I basically cried. And then Alana was like, just read it. You like broken books either way. Like, not broken, but like bent books. And I was like, yeah, but this is different. Like, I like a cracked spine on a soft cover. Like for example, like this, like you see how you probably can't see it, but like the spine, like I open it completely. I know she's having a heart attack right now. And like I'm okay with that because it tells me this is a loved book. But
It's not a loved book.
no. That's a different level, my friend. That is literally blasphemy. That is a stab in the back. That's a stab in the heart. That's a jump off a cliff. That's like trauma. All right. I can create a whole book with that. I can take off the freaking hardcover and add a new cover.
Yeah.
So what does Natalie do in hard times with hardcovers?
Read it on Kindle.
I bought it on Kindle and I'm not touching the book. I'm not. If that thing breaks, if one page comes off that book, I am
Crying.
I will cry. I will have a panic attack and I would be in fetal position, rocking back and forth. Being like,
I'll be there with.
I'm like that. Because absolutely not. Absolutely. So I don't touch it and I download it on my Kindle. And I'm probably gonna get the whole series now, but also read it on my Kindle.
This is the only book you
This is the only book I have, yeah.
Mm.
But so Elena doesn't really remember much from what she's told me.
That's my favorite series, though. I read it a long time ago, right? I was like, either a part of it was in high school, like senior year, and then a part of it was out of high school. And I read it 3 times. I reread it 3 times. But that was because like the series progressed or whatever. And I was like, oh, I got to reread it so I can continue the series. So it was like that.
Is the whole series finished already?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't read the last book because it came out, for a while. And I was like, oh, I want to reread the series before I read the last book because I feel like I forgot a lot. And I just haven't brought myself to reread it for a 4th time
but she has like the old school like covers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the actual like drawing of the girl.
Yeah.
And like
That's
it's
beautiful.
it's so good, and like it's really pretty.
You can
I
see
like this is very like pretty in a sense of like it's very modern,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say this, I like yours more.
Yeah. You can see the progress of the main character becoming a badass.
Yeah.
Because she's like an assassin, and then
Here it's just like a little
Yeah.
female right there.
Very tiny.
But I get it. It's like the castle and she's fighting with the sword. It makes sense, but I look at yours and I'm like, oh, those are I just like it. It's very I think it's
It's very
not
YA.
even it's what?
I feel like it's very YA.
It kind of looks YA, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this considered a YA?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it feels like very old school way, like early 2000s
Yeah.
YA
I
because of
think
the
it
cover.
is.
And then this is like very like now, like
Yeah, right.
2024
I mean, it's an
kind of
old
cover.
series.
Yeah, I know.
She's just
She
now
had to like
blowing up.
yeah, because they came back in style because of Akatar.
Mm-hmm.
Akatar blew off and like everybody talked.
I don't think
everybody
her
talked.
ACOTAR series, which is, I guess, controversial, her best series. I feel like
No.
Throne of Glass and Crescent City would be above ACOTAR.
So she clearly didn't see the video I sent her a couple days ago
What do you mean?
because the Kathleen Lights.
Oh, I
Did
saw a
you
part
watch
of
it?
it.
So
I didn't
Kathleen
watch it.
Lights went on a whole shenanigans because she entered. If anybody doesn't know Kathleen Lights, she's like a beauty guru.
Mm-hmm.
She just entered the book world, so now she's making book talks and like talking about her books or whatever. And so she read Akatar, and then her best friend's like a really big book person, made her read Akatar. She fell in love with Akatar. Then she read this
Mm-hmm.
because it's clearly the same author.
Yep.
And she stated that Throne of Glass is
It's so much better.
the better book.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Don't kill me, guys, but Throne of Glass is a better book. They have better characters, all this stuff." And I was just like,
1000%.
I was like, I don't remember. I know I read Akatar, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't remember anything of it.
I remember some bits.
I read it such a while ago that I don't remember anything of Akatar.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember some of the names, but I don't remember the story at all.
I read Throne of Glass series first, and then I read ACOTAR, and then I read Crescent City. But I haven't finished Crescent City series.
Me neither. We've only read the first book and we can't get to the second one. I think I'm just gonna skip rereading the first one and just go straight to the second one. Because I remember now. Like, and Kathleen Lights even talked about because she read all of Crescent City too. She read all of Sarah J. Maas already.
Dang.
And then she said that this one's still
Yeah.
because she started saying the ending of Crescent City, and I was just like,
oh, you know the ending?
I know some of the ending now. And I was like, that's kind of weird.
Oh no. Natalie, why did you do that?
I didn't know she was going to talk about it.
I
I had no
do
idea she
that.
was going to mention it. And then she only mentioned like a small part of it. And I was just like, that's really weird.
Great.
And she even said that it was weird. And I was just like,
Yeah, Throne of Glass is my baby.
I'm loving it so far. I haven't finished it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I am here to talk about the 70% that I have read.
So if you have not read it yet, you
Yes.
should leave now so you don't get spoiled.
Yes, and then I'm going to talk to Elena about it. So you guys are going to hear our conversation because she doesn't remember much. And I'm going to basically refresh her mind. And we're going to get into it. So cue the new segment. So guys, here we are again. Thank you for listening to our commercial. That wasn't a commercial. And we're going to be talking about
Throne of Glass.
Throne of Glass. So
first off, how do you like the main character? That's my question.
how do you pronounce her name? Because I don't know.
Selena? That's how I say
I always say Selena, but it's with a C.
I know.
And it's like spelled differently. So I'm like Salana.
I think it's Selena.
Lillian, her fake name is so much easier.
Lillian.
Her fake name is Lillian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just like Lillian. In my mind, I'm like, and then I forget that her name is not Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's Selena. And I'm just like, wait, who am I reading again? I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. Kim was like, is she like 16? I'm like, no, she's 18.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 18. They literally talk about it. She probably forgot the first book.
Yeah.
But they go, the boys, there's two guys, which is the prince, Dorian, and then they had, I think it's Chad.
No, call.
Call.
Sorry.
Don't give away stuff to me. How can you do that to me?
I just coughed.
No, you didn't.
I don't feel good.
That's such a lie.
I don't
Look
feel...
at this girl trying to spoil shit for me. You can't do this right now.
It's Cole. I mean, call.
Clearly you feel a certain way about him.
A lump of coal.
Oh my god. Great. So,
some people still really love him and some people don't like him.
And clearly you're one of the people that don't like him.
I can't wait for you to get to my page so we can talk about why you don't like him.
Okay, well, we're not there yet. We're in book 1. So there's 2 guys. There's the Prince Dorian and then Cole. Right? Cole? Cal? It's spelled so weird. It's like Chaol. Call.
Call. I don't freaking see.
Cal. I think it's Cal.
Let's see.
Clearly one's a prince, and then one's like the king's right-hand man or whatever, training guy, something like that. I still don't get the gist of... He's a captain. I still don't get the gist of...
Chaol.
Chaol?
Chaol. Chaol?
Chaol.
Chaol.
That's bad. Why did she do that?
I don't know.
She really did not like him.
Maybe, yeah, his name is Cole.
Because Dorian's such a normal name. Dorian?
Yeah.
I've read it in other books, like that name.
Prince Dorian.
So,
he's such a cutie, though.
He seems like a cutie.
Yeah.
Already. And basically, she is an assassin. That was something, I don't know yet what happened. I'm not even going to look at Alana because she's going to be giving shit away to me. But basically, what I've learned so far is that this girl lived in a city or province that this king basically conquered. Her family is supposedly long gone. I'm getting that she is royal or she is of high standard in society in her old place because she knows too much. Like, she knows how to curtsy correctly. She knows how to read correctly. She knows how to do a lot of things that a non-high society person knows. She's smirking, and I can see it through the camera. So that's what my assumption is. But basically, they took over. She was Frozen Lake, this master assassin that everybody knows that basically has an academy of assassins. Takes her in. She becomes a star pupil at the age of 13, and he invests all his money into her and taking her to be taught by all the greatest assassins in every subject. And she becomes the top assassin of all, basically multiple continents. And she's like world famous, right? Okay. So
she's
then
like top assassin.
she gets caught, and they put her basically in this jail where like basically people don't live. Like, it's very like harsh environments. They whip you till you die because you get an infection. Like, it's just like a really bad. She's even tried to escape, and she's the first person to almost touch the gate before, because the thing is that if people try to escape, they'll kill you before you even get like a quarter to the gate so you can leave. And she made it almost to the very end, so that says a lot of her like willpower. But the king wants to have a champion, so basically like a right-hand man. I don't even know what he wants to do with this champion yet. They haven't gone to details of why they want this champion for. And his son, who's basically nothing like his father, who's super nice because his father, in my opinion, is an asshole and seems super fucking mean, and he treats him like shit. So to rebel against his dad, he goes and gets the girl, the top assassin that he put into jail, takes her out to compete into the champion. So she has been in jail for like, I think a couple months, almost a year.
I don't remember.
I think so, because she had a lover supposedly, and it was like 13 months that he's passed, and it was right before she got in jail.
You can read about that in the Assassin's Blade.
Oh yeah, it goes more into it. Should I read this in a specific order?
I think it's Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, then Assassin's Blade, and then down, or it could be 1, 2, 3, and then Assassin's Blade. You have to check when the books were published.
Oh, okay.
Whenever the books were published is when you want to read it.
Okay.
Because she didn't come out with Assassin's Blades first.
Okay. Yeah. So then, basically, the boys are falling in love with her. The first princess or queen of the fucking land or whatever is coming to her as a spirit, telling her she has to win the competition because it's a bunch of like badass like convicts and assassins that are battling it out. And if you don't make it, you get sent back to
The prison.
or you die. So she's trying to win. Either way, she wants to win because they told her if you win, you get your freedom. So she's trying to win so she can get freedom again. And as this is processing, the guys, the both boys are getting to know her more and they're starting to fall in love with her. At the same time, there's something killing off these assassins and these convicts. Like freaky shit, like the skull is cracked open, they sucked out the brain, they opened them up, there's like no organs, and then there's like marks. They're called Weirin. Might be pronouncing it wrong. Weirin marks all over the place of these bodies. And she's like kind of freaking out. The captain, who's one of the guys that's falling in love with her, is trying to figure it out. He can't figure it out. I think that she is slowly figuring it out. There's also this princess called Nihimi, Nimian, I don't know, something like that. That she's there and she's hiding shit. Like she is pretending she doesn't know how to speak their language. She does. I feel like she knows about these signs, doesn't want to say anything. So I feel like she knows something and she might be in the cahoots of it. And the Lillian or Celine, however you want to call her, is finally figuring it out. But she's freaking out because all of this is happening and she feels like she might be the next person. And then there's like a side person in the book called Karen or Karina, who's like super jealous and wants to be Dorian's wife or whatever, and is like
she wants that status.
Yeah, she wants that status, and she's trying to figure out who Lillian is. Little does she know that she's an assassin and she can fucking murder her. Also, she has an opioid problem. And she's fucking getting high and doing drugs all the fucking time. So I think she's a little cuckoo. But yeah, that's as far as I read. She found some marks under her bed. So we're thinking, us community people are thinking that she's the next victim. I think those marks were to protect her. I don't think that was her being next. I think those marks under her bed were put there by either Nahim or the queen that's coming to her as a spirit or somebody who's in the cahoots to protect her. Also, she has two guys in the championship that she befriended, Knox and some other guy, I forgot his name. That's the poison guy. It could be one of them too. What they could be doing this so that they can go far. You get me? But there's this one guy, I think his name is Cox or what's his fucking name? Kane? Something like that. He's a big bad guy that everybody's scared of in the competition. And it could be him too because she saw him looking at signs. It's a lot of people that it could be. It can be Nahim, it can be the big guy, it can be one of the other guys. It can be something random. The queen came to her in spirit into like a dream during like solstice or whatever. Kind of like, Halloween, where like they're like, oh, in Halloween, the realms in between the realms are close, so you can hear spirits and shit. Kind of like that. And like went to her in a dream that was like, we can't be here, but like we have to talk. And the whole you have to win, and then you have to find out the poison in the castle and fix the world. If not, the spirits are gonna come into the real world, and that's when things are coming back. Also, this is a big twist here, guys. There used to be magic in this world. There used to be elves. There used to be a bunch of shit. When when they brought her back from the jail place and brought her to the castle, there was flowers up in her feet and shit when she woke up one day with fucking signs. So I think she holding big power in her. I think she can fucking see shit with her brain or something, but she got power that she hasn't I think something power happened to her. She has power, and then the whole trauma of her parents dying or whatever, she like locked it in the back of her mind. It's not using it, but that bitch got power. She definitely got power. Okay, I'm caught up now.
I can't say anything because like I can't.
But that was it. That's how far I'm in, and it's fucking great. Once this girl leaves, or we can be here and be like, let's time to read.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue reading after I do some wedding stuff.
Why is that? You're finally reading it after me talking about it 1,000 times.
Because I just needed the right moment. I'm at the point where you were doing wedding stuff and you were stressed. So to cope, you read, and I feel like reading it now.
I am
it's really good.
currently reading. Let's see. Let's hold on 1 second. What am I reading? That's a KU book. Glow of the Everflame. It's a series. So it was like going around on TikTok, book talk. And I was like, I'll give it a try. Finished the first one. It was like, I would say 3.75. But the second book, it's just a lot of miscommunication. I hate that trope. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. I want to reread Throne of Glass.
I think you should. All our friends are reading it.
I know.
Kim is reading it. My friend Sophie's
you know
reading
how
it.
like you were rereading Crescent City and you like remember it all, but then you don't remember like the tiny details. So like I remember.
Maybe listen to it. I heard that the audio is really good.
Yeah.
I heard the
It's
audio
expensive,
is really
though,
good though.
The audiobook.
As if you don't buy 8 books at the same time.
I've been good lately.
I know you have.
I haven't bought nothing.
I know you have, but it's because you've been busy. You've had stuff going on.
I know.
That's why. But once you've got your stuff situated.
Are you ready for an 8-book series?
Hell yeah, yeah. I'm fucking excited. I'm gonna not listen. This is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna get lazy and I'm gonna just totally know which book do I read next. I don't want to look it up. And she's gonna tell me.
Here's right here. Crown of Midnight. And then Heir of Fire. And then Queen of
But then you told me I have to go up to year.
I think it's 1, 2, 3. I didn't read Assassin's Blade because it's super sad. And I don't want to know.
Is it about the captain?
It's about her and her original lover and how she became assassin and like, I mean, she essentially got kidnapped, right? To become an assassin. So she didn't pick that. She literally got.
She said she wanted to be a healer.
Kidnapped and like turned into this monster. And so it's like very traumatic. And I'm just, I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that because I'm going to fall for Sam, her old lover. And I'm gonna be heartbroken.
It was Emmanuel. It's Sam?
Is it Samuel?
Oh, it's probably Samuel. Samuel sounds like Emmanuel. It's probably Samuel. I don't know.
Whatever.
It was such a brief little piece.
Yeah.
But I want to look it up right now. That's why I have my phone out. I want to see what order does it go into.
I just don't want to get my heart broken.
So Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, The Assassin's Blade. Okay. So you're right. The first time. It's the first 2. Then Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire Stone, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom Ash.
So I didn't read Tower of Dawn. I bought it, and then I realized it's all about the lump of coal. So I didn't read it. And then I tried to start reading Kingdom of Ash, but then I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot a lot. So then I was like, I need to reread the series. But it's a long freaking series to reread. And I have so many books on my TBR. So I
think you should listen to the audio. I already think. Maybe. Her husband, if you watch this, I know that we're good friends. I think you should get your wife this so that when she's, the stuff that she's going through, when she needs to relax, she can listen to this.
You know what? We're listening to a book together.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it's called Red Rising.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
It's like a red book and it has like yellow and it's like
it has wings.
Yeah, and it's like Red Rising right here. Yeah, I heard it's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I heard.
I was telling my husband
it's
about
like
it.
2 series or 3 series.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
And a lot of
it's
people
like red, blue, and then
yellow, black, or something. And a lot of people who love fantasy are like, you guys have to read this book. And I kept telling my husband about it because it's kind of sci-fi and he kind of likes that stuff. And I was like, you have to read this book. You have to read this book. And he's like, no, I don't know if I like it. So he has Spotify, like the premium, and you can get free audiobooks on it, like credits. And I saw it and it had the graphic audiobook on it. And I was like, we're starting this right now. Now. It's really good. It's really good. But it's about, I think he's like 13 or 14. So he's like super young.
I can't get it.
But you kind of understand why.
Is it gonna catch up to like adult age or something?
We'll see. But it's really good. And the graphic audio is so good. It's really good. Like, I can't even imagine reading it.
I heard
I didn't even look. I just saw Red Rising. I'm like, we're listening to this.
Supposedly, the people, it's like a specific famous person that does audiobooks that she does. Who?
She reads it?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know who I'm talking about? So there's like, I don't know what her name is, but supposedly she reads it and does an audio. I can't. The audiobook, and supposedly it's really good. So,
Well, when I stop listening to Red Rising, but I'm probably going to the second book with my husband. It's so nice to read with your husband, because then you can talk about it, and I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe, I think this is what's going to happen. And he's like, I think so too. It's just nice.
I'm never gonna do that.
An audiobook, you don't think your fiance?
We have different tastes in books.
Well, me and my husband have different tastes, but we were able to find some kind of compromise.
Mine's not into like fantasy or sci-fi or anything like that. He likes like
Real life.
Historical, like autobiographies, like those type of stuff. Yeah. I have a friend too that I'm really close with. So I have two friends besides Elena, clearly, that I've known for a really long time and read books. One of them, which is my friend Sophie, she reads the same genre that I read. So it's easy whenever she's like, I'm done reading this. Do you have a book recommendation? It's easy to recommend her books. And I kind of know her style. So I know what to recommend her and things like that. So it's easy to talk to her about books. And it's also easy to like recommend her. And then my friend Valentina, she reads a whole different genre than me. Totally different. She reads like rom-coms, and then she reads like autobiographies, like not self-help books, but like the books you read to like
Get
smarter and better yourself in your life and stuff. She reads those type of books. So like I can never, me and her, like we're like, oh yeah, books, but that's it. It's not about like what specific books. Like she can't get into this type of stuff and I can't get into hers.
That's okay.
That's how like me and my fiance are. Like he can read books. Like he has a couple books that is like hidden in the bottom part because they're not pretty. I can't have ugly books on my shelves. And then also, this is my bookshelf. This is the one thing that I told him, no matter, even if we get married, nothing's happening. This is straight up mine.
You can't touch it.
Yeah. But he just likes different style for me,
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
can get into that.
But if you guys read Throne of Glass or the Throne of Glass series, let us know what you thought of it. Should I reread the series? Should I try the audiobook?
I think you should audiobook.
Wish Natalie good luck, because this is going to be a long series.
It's been only like what, 2 or 3 days?
Yeah,
and
she's
I'm
already at
almost done?
70%.
I think that's pretty good.
The other book is like you were like 20% in, and it was like a month.
I know, it was rough.
I told you.
Yeah.
I was like, it went downhill.
It did. It's sad. The first one was so good.
I know. I was like, what the heck?
And it's sad because I bought the whole freaking
I
series.
know, me too. Me too. I'm gonna have to read it.
I really need to stop doing that.
I know, me too. I literally told myself. So this series that I'm reading right now, I almost bought the whole series, and I was like, no, Lena, no, just it's on KU. Just
I think that's why this one's so long. Then I'm just buying book by book. There's no way. I'm gonna buy 7 books.
It's gonna be like $200.
And then I don't read.
You're gonna have to get all hardcovers now because you got the first one hardback.
It's fine. A lot of my books are hardcover.
My first book is softcover, and then all the rest of the series is hard.
Well, I feel like that's normal because usually authors, when they first publish a book or something like that, it's usually soft cover. And then once it like hits off, like in the book world, then they invest more money in it.
You should see my first book. It is, you could tell it's well loved.
I have one here.
Well loved.
Look at
What is it?
I think it's Bleeding Violet. But literally,
What's the cover?
I don't know. It doesn't have any cover anymore. It's clearly old, so it's like yellow pages or whatever. And then all the edges are smushed. This is bent. Also, this is one of those books that like it's a little bit of sci-fi, but not really. And it kind of ventures into like real life stuff. So I used to lend this to people, and then they
Messed it up.
mistreated my book, and I just kept it.
Yeah.
But this is my rugged book. This is the one book I have in my whole collection that's like really
Loved. Well loved.
really rugged.
It's funny. Well, thanks for listening in. We're just going to keep it nice and short. And then our next podcast is going to be Nat's reaction to the book, I guess. We are updating our podcast to every other Sunday now, just because we got a lot going on and it just wasn't working out for every Sunday. So I hope you guys can understand, and we'll see you on the next odd page.
And the next odd podcast.
We can never get that right.
I can't.
Bye, guys.
Bye.